Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine and today I'm going to do a reading from the Tarot and Wonderland deck by Barbara Moore and Eugene Smith. If you would like to see a review of that deck and see all the cards one by one, I have posted a review on YouTube and I will put a link to that in the description box below. But today what we're going to do is just a nice little reading from using one of the spreads from Barbara Moore's book Wonderland in Tarot. And this is going to be the Mad Tea Party spread. And the focus of this spread is, that's a good card to start with. The focus of this spread is to kind of see where perhaps actions are being repeated and it's a situation a habit you'd like to break or a situation you'd like to relieve yourself of. So let's talk about breaking some habits here. One more little round and okay, so what we're going to begin with is the card that jumped out, and that is the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles in this deck is, as you can kind of see, Alice being frog marched by a frog away from a door that actually is labeled Queen Alice. Now, this comes from the Through the Looking Glass story by Lewis Carroll, and the door was Alice's door to Alice's palace. However, Alice is knocking on the door, and she's knocking on the door, and she's knocking, and nobody's letting her in. And she's like, well, how do I get in this door? And the frog's like, you don't get in the door, you just open the door. And he's kind of leading her away in this card. But what Alice realizes is that she's knocking and knocking and knocking to something that's already hers. This already belongs to her. This is already her door, and she realizes this in the story, and then she turns the knob and walks right in, and yay, she's Queen Alice. She was trying to get something she already had, and so maybe, if this is maybe your issue, then stick with me here. All right, so onto the table goes Five of Pentacles. All right, so next up, this is your madness. Trying to get what you already have. That sounds pretty maddening. So maybe it's just an issue of how do we get some perspective on this. Okay. So, what's the trigger? What triggers you? What triggers this sort of thing in you? Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. And in this card, we've got one of the Tweedle brothers on his little horse. And let's switch cameras here and have a look. Okay, so we have, we'll say Tweedledee. Maybe he's feeling Tweedledum today. I believe the book calls him Tweedledee. The book doesn't use Tweedledum, and maybe that was on purpose. Nobody wants to be dumb. So we'll go with D. So here's Tweedledee. And he's on his little pony here. He's getting ready to have a battle with his brother Tweedledum. But he is not faced in the same direction as his little pony. His pony is going this way and he's looking this way. So there's an inherent little disconnect going on for this fellow. And so that may mirror the disconnect that you're feeling. You're like, you can't possibly be talking to me, Christine. I know I don't have what I want. And it's like, well, how are you looking at it? Are you going in the same direction as what's carrying you? Or are you fighting something? Because Alice is fighting the frog. Tweedle and the pony are not going in the same direction, so there's a disconnect here. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is not a fast-moving card. It's the slow as molasses in January card in every deck, everywhere, all the time. Now, somebody's probably made a deck that would disagree with me, so every deck I've seen, we'll caveat that. So there's a sense of kind of feeling stuck and not stepping into your power. How do you react to these things? When you're feeling stuck, we go to the Moon. And so the Moon is kind of a scary place sometimes. We've got the Walrus and the Carpenter here from the Alice in Wonderland stories. And they've got all the little oysters following, and they've got that big creepy lobster coming up to them. And then the wolves kind of howling at the moon and the stars in a constellation there. Things look different under the moon, and this is in our mundane life as well as our spiritual life. So when we're under the moon, things look a little scarier than perhaps they really are, or you're missing things, you're not seeing things because of the play of the light and the shadow. Things could be in the shadow that you just don't realize are there. And it might be that thing you're looking for. So kind of what's triggering a sense of stuckness in your life is what's triggering this idea that you're missing something, that you don't have what you want, or you don't know how to get what you want. And the thing is, you already have what you want, you just don't know how to explore it, and that's kind of got you under the moon. There's something that needs to be faced or to be understood. There's some kind of alignment that needs to happen. Alice has to get in alignment with that door and open it and realize it's hers. Tweedle's got to get in alignment with his pony so his pony can move forward. So there's some alignment that needs to happen. All right, so here's a result. Here's a result of... It could be either way. This is the Six of Cups, and we've got the White Rabbit and the Alice, and they're exchanging gifts here. And there's a little unexplained flying elephant in the background. So the result of this can be drifting back into a sense of nostalgia where you're like, oh, I used to have it so good. Life used to be so awesome. I wish this, a sense of used to be right there. Or this could be you're looking for somebody else to give you something when it's actually something you need to get for yourself. So it could be either way, but this is a very unfocused emotional card to have in this place. So how do we break this? How do we get away from this? Woo, the tower. The tower. Okay. So in this particular scene, Alice is sitting down for dinner, I think it was, with the Red Queen and the White Queen. And it's not going well. There's a lot of bickering or something like that going on. So in order to break up this thing that Alice has going on, she pulls the tablecloth off the table. According to the Wonderland and Tarot book. So she jerks everything. She pulls the rug out from all of it. And causes the change that needs to happen. And so that's what you need to do with this. You need to shift your perspective, and you need to do it completely different. You've got to look at your situation in a completely different way. Because the way you're looking at it, you're not seeing that you can open the door. This is your door to open. And the frog is just removing you because you're knocking. You're knocking and you're knocking and you're knocking. But if you just walk up and open it, the frog's not going to have a problem with you. If you just get in alignment with your little pony, you're going to move forward. Don't be looking back, wishing about the past. The past is the past. And there's some things that have to be faced in order to move on. And you've just got to take charge of the situation. You got to want to change. You got to want to have a change. And it may take a little bit of meditation. It may take a nice long walk. It may take a short nap. But you do what you got to do for you to figure out what your tower is to pull the rug out from under all of this. You blast that tower and you become the queen. You become the queen right there. Queen of Wands, fired up, inspired. And yes, even this Queen of Wands has a Snuffles the cat. If you're wondering who Snuffles the cat is, check out my video on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. So yeah, you shake things up and you become the queen. It all just takes that shift in perspective. And maybe what you need to do is realize that you are the queen. Back to this card. It's very hard to see in here, but the door is actually labeled Queen Alice up here. You realize that you're the queen, boom, and you're the queen. You already are the queen. You are already the leader in this situation. You've got the fire and the passion and the wherewithal to accomplish what it is you would like to accomplish because you're the queen. So, be the queen. That's really, it's a simple answer. But you know how hard it is sometimes to realize that you're the queen? Yeah. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. Okay. Tarot in Wonderland. I hope you enjoyed this little reading. I certainly enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I got something out of it. And I thank you for watching. Take care now.